Let me speak to management. Is it because he's black? How you treating customers like that? Mm. He goes high when they go low, but you ain't gonna talk to Jim like no. He gonna use his high-pitched voice. Oh, you thought he was scared of the boys. Nah, nickel, you got Jimmy all mixed up. I'ma make you viral if you don't fix up. Jimmy is a Karen. Jimmy is a Karen. No misunderstanding. Let me speak to management. Jimmy is a Karen. Jimmy is a Karen. No misunderstanding. Let me speak to management. Oh, you quiet now, huh? Nothing to say. That you had him scared, cause cops on the way. He already told you what he gonna pay. It doesn't matter what the manager says. Oh, that's not the real price. Your fault. Now it's the sales price. Jimmy ain't raising his voice. You're wrong and he's a real right. Now you wanna hide in the back, trying to play him cause he's black. Lucky he cleaned up his act, cause the old Jim Jones would've snapped. Jimmy is a Karen. Jimmy is a Karen. Little misunderstanding. Let me speak to management. Jimmy is a Karen. Jimmy is a Karen. Little misunderstanding. Let me speak to management. It's the unit.
Lowe's. This manager decided to take it upon himself to tell me what I've done wrong. So tell the people that you're mad that I found these locks for $78 because y'all put the wrong price. Y'all put the wrong price. You don't want to look at me now? You just had a lot to say. You don't have nothing to say? You're mad that I found. What's up, Doug? How you feeling? They had the price under it, and we know that all stores, when you make a mistake and keep the items under the price, they have to honor it. You came over here while I was having a conversation with a nice black young lady and proceeded to say, oh, if we place our items anywhere, then that's the price, right? That's how you treat a customer at Lowe's? Are you the manager? You said you're the manager, right?
What started as a completely ordinary shopping trip quickly spiraled into something nobody saw coming. Jim Jones walked into Lowe's expecting nothing more than a quick errand, but what unfolded inside that store would end up being anything but routine. A simple trip to the checkout line somehow turned into a tense, heated exchange, all over a set of locks priced at $78. The moment the energy in that store shifted, it was clear something wasn't sitting right. And as anyone paying attention knows, once a situation like that starts unraveling in public, it's only a matter of time before it finds its way online. What happens in the store rarely stays in the store, and this one spread fast. Then factor in 50 Cent getting involved, and any chance this stayed a quiet, under-the-radar moment was completely gone. This was always going to become something much larger. But here's where the story really picks up, because when that store manager stepped in and tried to take control of the narrative, Jim Jones didn't flinch. He didn't back down, and he didn't lower his voice. In the footage that circulated online, you can clearly hear him saying,
This manager decided to take it upon himself to tell me what I've done wrong. So tell the people that you're mad that I found these locks for $78 because y'all put the wrong price. Y'all put the wrong price. You don't want to look at me now? You just had a lot to say. You don't have nothing to say? You're mad that I found. What's up, Doug? How you feeling? They had the price under it, and we know that all stores, when you make a mistake and keep the items under the price, they have to honor it. You came over here while I was having a conversation with a nice black young lady and proceeded to say, oh, if we place our items anywhere, then that's the price, right? That's how you treat a customer at Lowe's? Are you the manager? You said you're the manager, right? So instead of de-escalating the situation, you added fuel to the fire. You didn't come over here with customer service. You came over here with bad service. Huh? Why? Because I'm a black man trying to do good things? Or what was it? Because I was talking to a black lady. Huh? You have nothing to say? Well, this is going right to Lowe's. Right to Lowe's. I hope that you got your job done. What's up, brother? How you feeling? What's going on? What's up, bro? How you feeling? Good. They trying to kick me out because they made the wrong price on their stuff. So ask them.
Okay.
And it was $78.
And the guy said, yes, it is $78.
This is Lowe's policy? We're refusing service.
No, you're going to be viral. You're going to be viral. I don't think Lowe's is going to like this. You see how they treat? You see how they treating us, Lowe's? You're going to be viral in the morning. Lowe's. This is how you manage it. This is how you manage your acts, Lowe's. My name is Joseph Jones.
Joseph? All right.
Joseph Jones.
Take a look at this out, please.
You're gonna cost $78, right?
I got you, yeah.
So that's what he told him. He told him, look.
Well, you don't really have to explain nothing to them.
And then
The social media will explain it to them later.
That's what he told
And
him.
this guy, they will know your name in seconds, bro. You're gonna be so viral later for trying to cause this problem. You don't want to de-escalate. You're supposed to be the manager. I hope you have a job for your family in the morning. Now you disappeared because you called police. For what? For what?
Alright, can you get someone behind here to ring him up? He was supposed to be run up 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but he came.
Well, right now,
and he
while
got-
we're here, can
yeah.
you get someone else to ring him up?
No, somebody else to ring him up. The managers came out here and told me that I can't shop in here. He said I did something
Yeah,
wrong.
but Dave went to check the price
It
to
doesn't matter. The
verify.
price was wrong. We had to give it to him and honor it.
Okay,
We're
that's
gonna
all I
honor
needed.
it.
Oh, they're gonna be so viral tomorrow. The price is wrong. I'm right. And he just made me feel like a criminal. He just, where's the guy that was right here that just came out here and said, this is our policy. This is what happens too much in America. Your pardon. And I don't like to have my phone out, but it's spooky when police come around, especially when we're innocent.
We're gonna figure this out, all right?
You can figure it out, bro. I'm just doing what's allowed to do in America, my brother. Is yelling a crime?
No, but
Okay then, bro. Like, just leave me alone. You wasn't done wrong. I was.
yeah,
My money's still up there. They take my money. All right, bet.
Oh, then forward there, please.
You don't want to come outside and talk to me, bro? You don't want to come outside and say you was wrong and apologize? Maybe I won't post it. You don't want to say I apologize? You don't want to turn around? You don't want to let the people know what you did, how you wronged me? You could have de-escalated the situation as a good manager and saved face for Lowe's. I come in here every week. What happened? You keep walking away. That's bad management skills. You have no customer service skills whatsoever.
I guess.
Thank you.
While being white and black in America, this shit crazy.
Can you just hit cancel on that, please? Or did it hit you? Okay, but you know, you can just hit cancel.
People call police on black people as if that's supposed to scare them. There's no crimes being committed. The only time people get scared if there's crimes being committed. That's what us black people need to understand. We gotta stand down. These people be trying to do too much to us over nothing because they feel a type of way. Because we're allowed to do the things they're allowed to do. That's what America's here for. It's a free country. Thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all have a good one.
You could hear it clearly. This had stopped being about $78 a long time ago. Jim Jones was holding his ground, but the tone in his voice said everything. This wasn't just a pricing dispute anymore. This was about how he was being treated as a person walking through that door. The footage captures the moment things shifted to a whole new level, when the manager essentially invoked store policy to shut the entire interaction down, refusing to continue service. That's when the temperature in that building really rose. Being denied help after simply pointing out what appeared to be a pricing error, that's the moment Jim Jones made it clear he wasn't going to let it pass quietly. He looked directly at them and said they were about to go viral and that he didn't think Lowe's corporate would appreciate what was happening. He wasn't just frustrated, he was putting them on notice. Then the word police entered the conversation, and that's when his frustration reached its peak. He expressed feeling like he was being treated as a suspect, not a customer, over nothing more than a price discrepancy on a shelf tag. What started as a checkout disagreement had now crossed into something that felt deeply personal and, to him, deeply unfair. What made the whole thing even harder to watch was what was happening in the background. While the manager was digging in, other employees were quietly trying to resolve it, some even acknowledging that the listed price should have been honored. The store wasn't even on the same page internally, which made the manager's response look even more unreasonable. By that point, the store was completely divided. The tension was visible, the frustration was audible, and what should have taken 2 minutes at a register had turned into a scene that everyone present was going to remember. Once things settled down, Jim Jones went to social media to tell his side of the story, and he did it with a level of self-awareness that's worth noting. He admitted openly that his first instinct was to react aggressively, but he caught himself. He said he's had to learn that not every situation can be handled the same way, and that restraint was a choice he made in that moment. That kind of honesty takes something. At the same time, he wasn't softening his position. He made it absolutely clear that he felt disrespected, that he was made to feel like a criminal over a simple pricing mistake that should have been corrected quickly and professionally without any of the added pressure or attitude. He also pointed to what he saw as the real root of the problem, not the mistake itself, but how the manager chose to handle it. In his view, the entire situation was avoidable. One calm, reasonable decision could have ended it before it ever became a scene. Instead, poor customer service turned a minor error into a viral moment. And even after all of that, he said he'd continue shopping at Lowe's. He wasn't looking to drag the brand indefinitely. He just wanted his side of the story heard, and he made sure it was. Then 50 Cent entered the chat, and if you know him at all, you already know he wasn't about to approach this with sympathy. The moment the clip started gaining traction, he jumped in and flipped the whole thing into comedy. He mocked the situation entirely, saying Jim Jones couldn't cover an extra $10 and offering to Cash App him the difference as long as he asked nicely. Short, sharp, and designed to sting. That one comment completely changed the energy online. Suddenly, it wasn't just a conversation about customer service and how people get treated in stores. It became memes, debates, and people picking sides, while 50 Cent sat back and let the chaos do what it does. And that's exactly where the divide sits. Some people are fully behind Jim Jones. They say he stood his ground, refused to be dismissed, and handled a disrespectful situation better than most would have. Others feel like it escalated further than it needed to, over something relatively small. And once 50 Cent poured fuel on it, the noise only got louder. So the question that's still sitting out there is a real one. Who actually got this wrong? Was this a case of customer service failing someone in a very public way, or did the situation spiral beyond what it called for? Drop your take in the comments. Genuinely want to know where you land on this one. And if this is the kind of content you're here for, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. There's plenty more coming.